Hi everyone, welcome to a 20-minute restorative yoga class. You can take this class when you're feeling sleepy or sore, or you just need a good way to unwind and release stress from the mind. So we'll start just in a seated position. So if your hips are tight, you can't see because I have a really big blanket, but I'm sitting on a really big pillow. So if your hips are tight, feeling free to grab, if you have a meditation pillow, those are great. Or if you have a block, feel free to sit on that to elevate through the hips. So you're just going to find any comfortable cross-legged position. We're going to be moving really slowly. So having a blanket or your fuzzy socks or a sweater is a good idea. So getting nice and comfortable here, we want to try and bring even weight through the sit bones. So beneath your seat, trying to, notice any discrepancies between one side and the other, and just try to correct that. Often we kind of lean one to one side more than the other without really realizing it. So we call this position Sukhasana, or easy seated posture. Sitting up nice and tall here, we're drawing our belly button in towards our spine, creating a bit of activation through the core. As you draw your tailbone down towards the ground, and the crown of your head, or the very top of your head, lengthens up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes here and feel the connection, your body and the support beneath you and the floor, and your hands and the legs. Just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to check in with the body today. So starting at the top of the head, evenly scan down up through the face, the neck, shoulders, down the arms, all the way down to the soles of the feet. Just getting an idea of how you feel today. Very good. If it helps, you can invite a motivation into your practice, why you decided to come here today. And then settling the attention on your breath. So it might help if you bring your hand to your belly. You can feel that rise and fall sensation, that effortless movement in the body as you're breathing. We're just going to take 3 more nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Very good. You can gently open your eyes, or you can keep them closed if that feels better for you. And we're just going to laterally stretch from here. So tenting your right fingertips beside you, you might need a block to elevate through the hands. All this is doing is just bringing the floor up to you. So tenting your right fingertips beside you. It's important in yoga, no matter what kind of yoga we're doing, we never want to lock into our elbow joints, so just being mindful of that. You have a little soft bend through your elbows. I like to be up high on the pads of the fingers as well, instead of pushing it to the heel of the hand. It just helps to protect the wrists a bit. So you're still drawing your belly in here. As you inhale, you're going to sweep the left arm up overhead. You're feeling this nice length through the left side body, extending the left fingertips up. And as you exhale, gently folding over towards the right. And gaze can look up towards the ceiling, relaxing through the shoulders here, and gluing the left sit bone down on the ground. So notice if your left seat is lifted up a bit, Just keep it glued down. It doesn't matter how far you're reaching over, as long as you're feeling the stretch through the left side body. Breathing deeply into that sensation. Taking 2 more breaths here. Very good. On your next inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Maybe you interlace the hands, maybe you don't. Maybe you leave them wider than your shoulders. Maybe the gaze looks up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to touch your left fingertips beside you this time. Again, bring a deep bend through that left elbow if you like. Or grabbing your block. Inhale, lengthen through the right side, and exhale, gently fold towards the left. Your gaze can be anywhere comfortable. Still relaxing the shoulders back and down away from the ears, and gluing the right sit bone down on the ground. Breathing deeply into the lower belly. Taking 2 more breaths here. Enjoying the stretch through the right side body. Very good. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down, heart center. So firming the base of the hands together, elbows out towards the side. Still sitting up nice and tall. Very good. We're going to roll over the knees now. Make our way into a child's pose. So you have a few options here for your child's pose. You can have the knees wide, which opens up more through the hips, or you can have the knees together, which opens up more through the back. You also have the option here to bring your hands out in front of you or along your side body. So just taking the variation that serves you today. And working your your sit bones down towards your heels. And breathing deeply into that stretching sensation, sending oxygen to those tight areas. And just feeling yourself with each exhale sinking further into the posture. You want to rock a bit side to side. There's really no effort here in our child's pose. It's great for resetting through the spine and calming the mind. Very good. We're going to come up now into a neutral tabletop position. So here in neutral tabletop, you're stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So here, it's important to remember that at any point when you're bearing weight on your hands, to relieve the tension off the wrists, because our wrists are very sensitive. So we want to spread all the fingers really wide, grip the mat with the fingertips, particularly the index and thumb, and that will help relieve the tension. If you feel as though your wrists are still a bit sore even after doing those actions with the fingers, you can roll your mat. Just gives you a little bit of cushion and helps to ground yourself in these postures where you're bearing weight on your hands. Remember I said earlier we don't want to lock into our elbow joints. You have a little soft bend through your elbows. The crown of the head lengthens forward, relaxing your shoulders, drawing your belly button in, and drawing your tailbone out behind you. You can have your toes tucked under or untucked. That's up to you. Going through some cat and cow, just getting some space in the spine as you exhale, round your dome through the upper back. Releasing the weight of the head, resisting into the hands. You imagine this little string tied between your shoulder blades, guiding your upper back towards the ceiling. As you inhale, belly drops, gaze comes forward, tailbone lifts. Still relaxing through the shoulders. And exhale, rounding to cat. And inhale to cow. Going with your breath and inviting other movement into the body that feels natural. Creating space where you need it. Just once more, one more round of cat and cow at your pace. Very good. Coming back into our neutral tabletop, and we're going to come into a low lunge. So you're just going to step your right foot forward. You might need to shimmy it forward with your hand a bit. That's totally allowed. And we're just going to extend this left leg out a bit and then drop the left knee down. So I like to keep my left toes tucked, the back toes tucked under to protect the knee a bit, but that's a personal preference. You can surely untuck it if you prefer. Squaring the hips here, so you're drawing your right hip back and your left hip forward as you stack your right knee over your right ankle. So you can stay down on the ground here. Again, I've tented my fingertips. If you'd like, though, on an inhale, we're going to lift up, bring the arms up overhead. Don't lose that squaring sensation through the hips. And you can just kind of sink into it. Breathing into the sensations that you feel. Very good. As you exhale, you're going to plant the palms around the right foot. And you're just going to step back into a tabletop. And then we're going to lower all the way down into the belly. So squeezing the elbows in to the side body. Untuck the toes here, so you want the shoelace part of your foot down on the ground. All right, chin or forehead on the ground. Hands by your upper ribs. Actively drawing your elbows in towards one another and relaxing your shoulders. Rooting your frontal hip bones into the ground and engaging through the quadriceps so the knees are lifted. Inhale, lifting up into a cobra. So nice and slow. We're not going all the way with our arms straight. We have a nice deep bend through the elbows. We're just breathing into our belly, creating some space. Very nice. Exhale, lower down, flowing with your breath. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Tucking the toes under, tapping to the knees. Inhale, lifting up and into your tabletop, and then sinking back into a child's pose. Nice deep breath. Shifting forward as you inhale back into your tabletop. We're going to step forward with the left foot this time, coming into our low lunge on the second side. So we're going to create a little bit more space between the legs than in our tabletop. Stacking your left knee over your left ankle, squaring your hips. Right hip comes forward, left hip comes back. Draw the belly button in here towards the spine. Very good. You can stay low like this, creating some space, just kind of sinking into it, or if you like, you can lift up. So if you have lifted up, we just want to maintain the integrity through the spine. So we're still drawing the belly in. We're not kind of collapsing into the lower back. Just being mindful. And your hands can be anywhere comfortable if you're lifted up. Hands at heart center, maybe on your hips. Maybe you want to float them up. Very good. Exhale, plant the palms around your left foot. Step back into your tabletop. relaxing back child's pose. Nice cleansing breath. On an inhale, we're going to roll up back into your tabletop, and we're just going to shift the weight onto one side, extend the legs out in front of you. So we call this Dandasana, or staff pose. So you're flexing both of your feet, move back so you can see. So flexing both of your feet here, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do a twist, a seated twist while we're here. So flexing both of your feet. So here we feel this lift through the torso, so we're not kind of slouching through the back. So lifting through the torso. Very good. And we're going to draw the right knee in towards your chest. Lots of different options for a seated twist. So you can stay here with the right knee in towards the chest. Don't lose the flex through the left toes. If you'd like to go deeper, you're going to cross the left foot over, your right foot over the left leg. You can stay here. If you'd like to go further, drawing that left heel in towards your right glute. So things to watch out for. You want to make sure that your right foot, all four corners of your right foot are still on the ground. We're still sitting up nice and tall, and we're gluing this right sit bone down on the ground. If it's lifted up, ease off. Release that left leg or the right leg. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. As you exhale, you're going to twist towards the right, tenting your right fingertips behind you. And you can either just kind of wrap your left arm around your right leg, or you can hook your left arm on your right leg, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen. So the twist here is coming from the waist, not from the shoulders or the neck. So just keeping that in mind. It's not about looking as far as you can, right? It's just about feeling that stretch through the waist, through the back. You're still relaxing your shoulders and sitting up tall. Very good. On an inhale, you're going to unravel, extend both legs back out in front of you. Shake them out a bit. And make your way onto our second side. So bending through the left knee, staying here if you like. Keep those right toes flexed. If you'd like to go further, crossing the left foot over the right leg, staying here, or drawing the right heel towards the left glute. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, and twisting now towards the left, tenting the left fingertips behind you, and hooking your right arm on your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. I don't know if you can hear my dog whining, but she wants me to play fetch with her. She'll just have to wait. So sad. Very good. Inhale, coming back to center. You're going to unravel through the legs. And shake out the legs a bit. Very good. And just going to close our practice. And you come back into your Sukhasana, easy seated posture. Bring your hands at heart center. And I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to guide your practice today. I hope it brought you some peace and some, space in the body. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.